All right, friends, it's Team One. We are back with a brand new video. It's our friend the Nacho Plan, our man the Nacho Plan, dude. So we're gonna react to his video he just uploaded. The Nacho Plan says eccentric overload upper body plus first OHP session plus physique update. So if you have a chance, you want to go over to his channel, like, subscribe, support the channel, bro, because it's a good thing he's posting these videos, bro. You know what I mean? We can react to. So yeah, it really helps with the algorithm and a bunch of other things. Okay.
What's up, fellas? What's going on? It's my upper body day. We're starting off with some accentuated dips. This is 5 plates in a 25. I was only able to do this for like 5 reps. I think from here on out.
That's still really good, regardless. But here's the problem. When you really want to stick to 8 to 12 repetitions, 5 it's not going to cut it, bro. You know what I mean? You haven't built enough myofibulars to really support those weights. So I would stick to 5 plates that you can complete for 8 to 12 reps, and just add more sets. And when you feel comfortable that you could do that for 8 to 12 reps, then continue. That's how I do it usually. So I start adding more sets. I start hitting it with more damaging, more sets to damage muscles, because really I wanted to go through a remodeling. I don't. Here's the thing. I don't know. I guess you've seen it in my videos. Look, man. You can get damage where it's just repairing and patching, which a lot of these people in that gym right there, a lot of those people are getting that. They're just really wasting their time. They're constantly damage repairing. Yeah, in the long run, in the short run, it could make you look good. You keep activating these progenitor cells to come out and repair your body, right? Okay, they think, well, yeah, that's going to make me look young. You're accelerating it. You kind of look good, but then you start to look really bad because you exhaust the satellite cell pool. An eccentric exercise, it really is just about regeneration, regenerating muscle, and expanding that satellite cell pool. You know what I mean? That's really, I didn't know that. I had to study that in science after the fact. I had no clue about a satellite cell pool or anything like that. I didn't know it was regenerative and all these kinds of things. I had to study that, just like you're studying, and at college, you studied some of these things. So, like I said, I'm not in college. I'm not studying this in college, okay? So I'm studying online. I'm just simply using NCBI, PubMed, whatever. I go through lots of stuff on a daily. I read a lot of things. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised the material I go through on a daily basis. I post a lot in my community section, but I don't post everything. But I do post a lot of things. So yeah, it's really good to arm yourself with knowledge. Know what you're going to get here. Know what you're doing. Really.
I'm just gonna do 5 plates and just do as much sets as I can with 5 plates, since that weight is still above my 1 rep max. So
yeah, I agree.
It's kind of getting hard adding all these weights.
Yes, I agree. See, you're checking your 1 rep max in the concentric. And there's nothing wrong with that. People want to see how well will they do in the concentric, but you still haven't reached, you haven't gotten there. You just started. It's a very short run. You haven't really gotten there. You have to actually get there. And when you do get there, then you'll really understand. You still, look, here's the thing. You really, honestly, you still haven't gotten there. Like I said, when you get to that point, after doing this for quite a few months, you're going to notice that you're going to be a lot fuller, a lot denser, a lot stronger. It's going to be completely different. It's going to be so the opposite of you lifting concentrically. You'll finally understand what it means to be physically strong, physical muscle, as opposed to neurological strength. Neurological strength and physical strength. Look, I put in my community section. You can check this out. Hold on a second. All right, posts. So you read this section here. I posted this from AI. So neurological strength and muscle physical strength. You see, there is a difference. They are distinct but interconnected. They are. They are distinct, but they are what? Interconnected. So, can you build one without the other? Yeah. Now, in eccentric exercise, can you build one without the other? Technically, yes. You can too as well. You get more neurological drive in the beginning, and then physical, your muscle physical strength starts taking off. But that takes a lot longer than neurological strength. You understand me? That's activated automatically. You're building something physical in the physical world, not neurological, something you can't see, touch, or taste. That's the difference. So they say, okay, so they mention neurological strength refers to the brain's ability to effectively communicate with the control muscles, allowing for efficient movement. Yeah, that's the whole point. So muscle physical strength, on the other hand, is the actual force a muscle can produce when it what? When it contracts. So the more contractile proteins you accumulate, the more force that you can what? You can contract. See what I mean? So neurological strength is essential for coordinating movements. It definitely is, I would agree. While muscle strength determines how much force can be applied. See what I mean? And then they go on to talk about neurological strength definitions. The nervous system's ability to activate muscles and coordinate movements allows for smooth, coordinated, whatever, efficient movements. Examples: precise hand movements, jumping, sprinting, rapid changes in direction. Okay. Focuses on the brain's ability to signal muscles and coordinate complex movements. Now, muscle physical strength definition: the maximum force a muscle can generate when it contracts. Now, function determines the amount of weight a person can lift or the force they can apply. Examples: lifting heavy weights, pushing against resistance, or performing activities requiring significant force. Focuses on the inherent strength of the muscle tissue itself. So, in eccentric exercise, we are really focused on that muscle tissue itself. Yeah, that's really what you're focused on. The rest will come. It will come. But you need to focus on a remodeling. It's very important. The interconnection, neurological strength enhances muscle strength. It does. Neurological strength, it does enhance muscle strength. I would agree, yeah. When the nervous system becomes more efficient at activating muscles, individuals can generate more force. They can. Muscle strength needs neurological control. It does. If you have an ailment, you'll be screwed. Even with strong muscles, the nervous system is needed to coordinate movements and utilize the muscle's potential. Like, yeah, I would agree. Training for both. Strength training including exercises that focus on both muscle strength and neurological adaptations. So which one would that be? Which training for strength, which one would that be? Would that be concentric or eccentric? Eccentric exercise focuses on both muscle strength and neurological adaptations, both, because it builds muscle. See what I mean? Can lead to improvements in overall strength and athletic what? Performance. That's the idea. Really, you want athletic performance. It's the whole point. It's a carryover to all these things. Carry over to everything.
I'm just gonna stick with 5 plates for now. And here we go. We're starting off with some OHP training. This is right after a bunch of dip sessions, so my triceps are shot and my shoulders are shot.
Yeah, this is a difficult exercise. Why? Because your shoulders are a very small muscle. They're small. They're not big muscles. See what I mean? They're not big muscles.
As well. I was able to get 195 regardless.
And your triceps are engaging, your triceps, even your biceps, somewhat your chest area, something. Mostly it's your shoulders and somewhat your triceps a bit, and so forth and so on. But a lot of it is your shoulders.
So I think if I were to start OHP fresh.
Okay, so you want to know how to get more strength in the OHP. Okay, when you go to these parks, right? They have these they have these parks, man, like what do you call it? Calisthenics. I have a park over here. I think I filmed there one time. That was a long time ago on my old channel. Maybe I should go there and just show you what it looks like. Maybe I'll film it there. I don't know. I used to film there with Simon. Used to sit on the bench. There's a garden there, whatever. So they have these metal bars. They're for your shoulders. Okay. There's a bench there. Now, if you're not strong enough to do it in a handstand, well, some people will just keep doing the accentuated eccentrics on those bars, regardless whether they're standing up and just bent over. They're kind of bent over, standing up. They start doing a lot of the accentuated. That's how I taught these guys in the park. I showed them. I just keep doing these. I go, just do a lot of these until you get strong enough. You'll build more sarcomeres, you get strong. So they started doing that. They just used, there's like 4 bars there, whatever. So they just stood there on both bars, and they stood up, they bent down, and they just kind of used their shoulder. They kind of did accentuated overloads, okay, eccentrically. Then they just kept doing them over and over and over again. Then I had them, there's a bench over there. I had them put their feet up higher now. They got a lot stronger. And they put their feet up higher, and they started doing a lot of accentuated going down. And then eventually I had them doing it just eccentrics, like supramaximal eccentrics, okay? And then I helped them, like we helped each other, whatever, helped these guys, whatever, to do like pure handstands now. You understand me? So we had them on this thing. They were doing pure handstands, and they were doing them accentuated now, full body weight, accentuated handstands on the bars now. And then eventually they could do it. They could do it themselves. It took a little while, but eventually they did it themselves. Now, can that be a carryover to this? Yeah, it's going to be a carryover to this. Now, if you've never tried that, I suggest you try that. See, you're still using conventional things. You haven't tried everything. You haven't mastered everything. Now, you're doing dips, you're doing pull-ups, which are part of the so-called calisthenic. It really is bodybuilding, okay? It's what you're going to call it, calisthenic world. But you still haven't done the thing for your shoulders calisthenically. You understand me? There are other calisthenic things that you can do there as well with your shoulders. You can do these body handstands with your legs up in the air. You know what I mean? There's all kinds of things you could do using your shoulders. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. In the military, they do a lot of those calisthenic things. Anyway, okay, so yeah, that's just a suggestion. You might want to try that. So yeah, you could say that this is difficult. Yes, the OHP is difficult because small muscle group.
No doubt. At the very least, I could get 200, and I'm thinking I could pretty much get 205 without a problem if I did OHP first. But this is how I'm gonna be doing my training for the OHP competition. It's gonna be
You can do a combination of calisthenics, shoulder calisthenic workouts, accentuated, and you could do these with the barbell. So you can switch it up. You probably, I don't know which one you want to start with first, though. See, that's a problem. Because remember, eccentric exercises, they weaken you as you go through the exercise because you're getting damaged. So the more micro damages you get, the weaker you get at these exercises. One of them you're going to have to cut back on. I don't know. Maybe you want to do the barbell first and then do the shoulder accentuated calisthenics for shoulders. Yeah, I don't know. It depends. It's relative. It's all relative.
That's pretty much at my max or over my max, and just do eccentric overload reps with it, trying to cause muscle damage in those areas. And I forgot how heavy the OHP.
Here's another thing. You can put some. I don't know if you can put some blocks on there or something. I think you're asking me. You're going down. You're doing accentuated on this. You can start all the way from the top and go all the way down accentuated. That you're going to get more benefits if you start from the top and then going down. Start from the top, going down all the way. You're going partial. Watch. Look at this.
Man, that shit is.
There, you're starting from right there. A partial, you're starting partially going down, but you could start with your head all the way up at the top. So you need something to stand on here. I don't know if they have anything here in the gym you can stand on, go a lot higher. Start a lot higher going down. That's going to benefit you more. It's just like the arms. When you did your arms, you bent down, curled the bar up, and then you squatted, and then you stood up, and then you lowered it from where? From the concentric to the eccentric. So you had a longer range of motion going all the way down in the eccentric. Yeah, you can benefit. You can get more benefit if you do more accentuated, but a full going from the concentric to the eccentric. Okay.
It's not
Full
easy.
range.
I'll
In
tell
other words, a full range of motion.
you that, man. So I'm pretty sure by the time of the competition, the one that Big Daddy Trips organized, the goal is to get 225.
That's going to be difficult for you to compete with these guys because they're not lifting eccentrically. And your muscles are still coming out of a damaged session, dude. And you want to compete in eccentric exercise. Bodybuilding is not a sport. It compromises sportive performance. So in these sessions, you're not going to do well in a competition. See what I mean? Yeah. Until you get bigger and stronger, which you still really haven't gotten there yet. I just know my experience tells me that, all right? You haven't really gotten there. So you need to get there to experience it, and you haven't really gotten there yet. It's not that easy like everybody thinks it is. It's not that easy. It takes quite a while to build myofibrillar growth. Yeah.
No, so yeah, here we go. I'm doing some back. I didn't show all my exercises today. I did some upper back. I did biceps. I did some triceps as well. But I couldn't really record everything. The gym was a bit packed. There's a lot of people around me, so I didn't want to get in anybody's way, and I didn't want to record too many people. So we got 3 plates on this. This was after my upper back exercise. I did a seat.
Yeah, see where you're starting from? You're standing on that thing, and then you're just lowering yourself a bit. The truth is, you can go from the top to the bottom. It's not gonna hinder you. It's not gonna tire you out, but you're gonna get more benefit if you would start up higher and go all the way down.
I did a seated row, chest supported row. I'm gonna start doing those seated rows because my lower back also gets sore, and when I do my squats, it kind of interferes with my performance.
There you go. See, your squats interfere with your performance. Why? Because they're damaged. Man, I can't squat and lift the bar. Listen, what if I did my whole upper body on the day? Because I've done this sometimes, where I've done my legs and my whole upper body. My legs are dead, bro. If I try to curl a bar and pick it up, and then try to lower it, I can't even pick it up. I can't even squat it back up again because my legs are dead. But anyways, regardless, let's say I come in, on the day though, if I don't do my legs and I do them on the day, then I'm okay. But if I was to do my legs previously on the day and then do my upper body the next day, I can't do them. My legs are damaged, bro. It doesn't work. So if you're doing upper and lower, then you want to do upper one day, lower the next day. But here's the thing. Then you'll have a problem with deadlifts. See what I mean? If you're deadlifting and you're doing upper body and you want to combine a deadlift with upper body, man, you really don't want to engage too much your legs there. See what I mean? You're going to have to kind of do like bodybuilding deadlifts, I call them. Yeah, because your legs, bro, you're going to do them, the next day? They're going to be conked out. It's not going to be easy. Let's just put it that way. I'm not saying you can't do it. It's just you have to figure out how you're going to do it.
Here we go. We got the 120s on the pullover. Doing the pullover for some long head tricep work. Not necessarily for lats. Yeah, it will hit the lats, but I'm mainly doing this for the triceps. You guys know this. So, yeah, man.
Here's another thing. You are going to have to eat like there's no tomorrow. Here's the thing. You are damaging your muscles. And that's one thing to come to the gym and wow, I got this damaging session. I'm remodeling. I really did it. It's working. But here's the thing. You really need to eat a lot. And one of the most important times to eat is right after your workout, bro. You gotta eat for hours after your workout. You gotta eat like there's no tomorrow. You understand me? Otherwise, those muscles, they ain't growing. People think, well, these muscles, I just go to the gym, I work out, and I eat, and I'm just going to magically build muscles. And they don't just build just like that. They don't build so easy. They don't build so easy. Real muscle doesn't build easy. But hey, if you want to build non-contractile proteins, they build really easy. Trust me. Those build the easiest. But contractile proteins, they don't build so easy.
Here's a little physique update.
You're looking pretty dense. You're looking very dense. Like I said, this is just the beginning. You're just starting, and it'll take off eventually. It'll take off.
Pretty good, looking pretty good. But so my plan for the OHP competition is to completely.
You're looking very dense, dude. I'd say yeah, you're looking very good, and it'll just get better all the time.
Damage my shoulders, cause micro tears in my shoulders and my triceps. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of volume in those areas. So yeah, I'll see you.
Pretty good, man. It's. I would say you're doing well. Like I said, you wanna add exercises that you're unaccustomed to doing, and one of them, I'm pretty sure, is the calisthenics for shoulders. You haven't done those, and I suggest maybe you take the time out in your next workout to just do those on the day, and then the following week do that OHP again, the one with the weights, the barbell and the weight. Just do that. See what I mean? You're going to get, if anything you do that you're unaccustomed to, that is where you're going to get the most damage and the most growth. You understand me? Unaccustomed exercise is known to cause what? Widespread muscle damage. See what I mean? Now, eccentric exercise causes damage. But in eccentric exercise, regardless what people are doing eccentric, they're doing concentric eccentric. They're getting minor damage. It's just repairing. There's no remodeling. See what I mean? We're really focused in the eccentric. We're getting damaged all the time. But we're trying to focus to get a remodeling. Now, anytime you do anything you're unaccustomed to, it's automatic. It's a given. You understand me? Anything that you're unaccustomed, untrained, or unfamiliar doing, you're going to get this growth automatically because it's new. Anyways, I hope that helped, man. Comment down below, like, subscribe, support the channel. I'll see you in the next one. You want to go to Nacho Plan and like, subscribe to his video, dude. It really helps with the algorithm. And yeah, if you have any questions, comment down below and I'll answer whatever I can. I'll make even a video on it if you need some other suggestions, all right? So as you go along, that's the reason why I'm reacting to your videos. I'm giving you some suggestions to focus on doing some exercises you're unaccustomed to doing. People do a lot of the stuff they're familiar with, and too much familiarity, you're adapted. See what I mean? But however, we're in eccentric exercise, so we're getting adaptations. But we get more adaptations doing things we're unaccustomed, unfamiliar, or untrained doing. Get it, man? I'll see you in the next one. Ciao, friends.